Namaste, everyone. It's so good to be back here after such a long time. Today is a very exciting day for us. We are going to launch a very cool exhibit feature, and we are going to also do a Magic Squares airdrop for all of you. So excited to be back. But before I get started, let me get my colleague and friend Pam on here. So there is Pam. Hey, Pam, how are you?
Hey, Nick. Hello, everyone. It's great to see so many people. We're back with a bunch of artists. This is fun.
Yeah, this is fun. I hope lots of artists join us because this is a great moment for all of you. We've been working on this for a while, and we finally got everything in place. And so, really, really, really excited to show you what we've got cooking for the entire exhibit community, the entire Vitruvio community, without whose support we wouldn't be here. So thank you for that. But I'm wired, Pam. I'm wired. I'm going on no sleep and a lot of chai, but
I got
I'm
coffee.
so excited for this moment. Uh, let's talk a little bit about what we are talking about today. We are going to release for general use Exhibit's print-on-demand licensing feature. Now we've had a few trials of it, a few sort of uh, a limited audience, tries of it. We've fixed some early issues that came up. Some pilots is the word I was groping for,
Yeah.
and now we are ready to start rolling it out. But we're going to roll it out gradually. We are not going to be like, here is a huge catalog with lots of products and do everything. We're going to roll it out gradually, and today we're going to show you what we are rolling it out, how we are rolling it out, etc. But before we get started, you're an artist yourself, of course. What is your reaction to this thing? Because I know you have tried print on demand websites, of which there are many. There are many, and you've tried it. So we need to first help people understand what is the unique differentiation here that we are talking about with Exhibit.
Yeah, exactly. Well, one of the most unique things is just how absolutely simple it is for the artist to get their work consigned to the blockchain. Only a few clicks, just an email. That's all that's needed. You don't have to pay any fees. And then with what you've built for the print-on-demand back end of things, the system automatically mocks up the art that the buyer is looking at on all the different products that are available. So the person can really get, that feeling of like, what's this going to look like in my home? How is it going to look like on this mug and things like that? And that's no small feat, because I actually had someone get a hold of me and said, oh, I want to buy this picture, but it's going to go right here and they sent me a picture of their fireplace. So I'm like, okay. When I went and found a mock-up of the fireplace, it kind of looks like that. And then like how big and how to scale it. And it was just like, it took me like 5 hours to just like get that part together, because it's not something I do every day. So this is just amazing, because it's gonna be so easy to just once you upload the art, the software does all the rest of it. And that's very, very special. The other thing is that the supplier that we're starting off with, Gelato, is they have fulfillment and printing places all around the world. So, whoever is the buyer, Gelato will send that order to the fulfillment place that's closest to the buyer to keep, the shipping very efficient, and, you can feel good about it. So.
That's awesome. Well, I definitely want to talk about the back office experience for the artist, the studio experience as we call it. But I can't wait to first show people what we've built. So let me just show that and get that going. It's really, really exciting. So let's add our search on here. Now this is all live. You can go to it, exhibit.app. Just go for it. So what we are viewing here is the Exhibit app with all the consigned artworks. What we want to do now is filter them for those artists who have enabled the print license. So that's what I'm going to do. I'm going to remove some of these other filters. What do we have? Hide AI. Let's remove that. And the place you do it is right here under licenses. So we have two licenses right now. We've got digital collectible and print. So I'm going to uncheck digital collectible, and I'm going to go ahead and check print. And what that's going to do is show to me all the artworks that are candidates for buying as merchandise. So I think you've got almost 200 artists who have.
Yeah, we were getting really close to 200 as of yesterday. I didn't check it this morning because we were working on other stuff, but that's why I was encouraging so many people to enable print on demand, because when people win their credits, if they're not buying their own art, they want to buy someone else's art, this is how they're going to find it. They're going to go under filter, click on the print license, and then that's what you can shop for at this point. And anyone else can, if you're listening and you're late to the game, go ahead and enable the license. We'll show you how to do it.
Yeah, and since you mentioned it, I neglected to mention that our session today here, we are giving away $5,000 in print-on-demand buying credits. So this comes courtesy of EARN, which is a Sabong Studios application. They're basically providing us with liquidity to get the print-on-demand thing feature off the ground. So thanks to Garfield. Really appreciate that. So we already have over $10,000 in liquidity, and more is to come. So we'll keep adding that as we get other buyers also. So we have marketing promotions lined up, and we'll be working on that. But for right now, let's go ahead and look at what we're talking about here. So when it comes to print on demand, the orientation of your artwork matters. Vertical, horizontal, square, it matters. So right now, we have 3 products we are going to introduce print on demand with. So let me go ahead and show you how this works. So I'll pick a random artwork here, click on view, and we've decided that we want to make print a first-class citizen. So that's the first thing you see. I personally don't believe there's a big future for digital collectibles. We've got a subset of people on the internet who are crypto savvy and are collectors. They'll keep collecting. It'll grow also, but it's not going to grow at the rate that we need to sustain all the artists out there. So digital collectible is here, of course, and you can go to it. You can buy with VUSD, etc. But by default, we have elected to have print as the first choice. So then you can go into it and you can choose products. And this particular artwork, I'm not sure, is a square artwork, which is great. So it's eligible for all 3 of the products that we have today. So our goal is to add products every 2 or 3 days. It's more about building confidence than anything else. We don't want to have a catalog with hundreds of products where we have to troubleshoot if things are going wrong with a lot of them. It's manageable for us to troubleshoot 3 products. So those are first and foremost a coffee mug, which is applicable to everybody. And then for display purposes, we have a canvas print and a poster. So we've got, let's look at all of them. Now, when you go to this first screen, we show you a preview of the image and we show you the 2 categories that are available. By the way, this is all mobile responsive, so it works fine on mobile also. So when you go into this here, you're going to see another subcategory. We expect to add first, I think it's going to be a water bottle. That's going to be the next product that comes in here. But the third product is going to be phone cases. So I'm looking forward to that. Probably next week sometime, we'll have phone cases here also. So let's go into mugs. Now, this is the part where the Xibit innovation starts shining through. In real time, in your browser, we have done the engineering work to put your artwork on the product, whatever it might be, with full shadow, perspective, parallax, all of that. This is happening in real time. So this is the big differentiator. Engineering wise, it's an amazing thing, and I'm just so excited with it. But even as it's magical to see your artwork just show up like this on the fly. So you can see there was a brief delay where we had a placeholder and then the artwork showed up. That shows you this is happening in real time. So here we have different shots of the bug in mock-ups and standalone, but we will keep improving this. We have lots of other ideas up our sleeve. For example, we want the user to upload their own image and we'll put the product in their home, wherever it is, etc.
Oh,
So
that's gonna be cool.
we have a lot of things planned for that, but this is our start. So let's look at what we see here on the right. Okay, so we see a product, we see artwork license. We are making special effort because it is an artist first website. Our platform is entirely artist first. Everything is artist priority. Okay,
Mhm.
everything else is second priority. First priority always artist. So we want the buyer to be aware that the total cost of the product, of course, it includes the product, but more importantly has a license. You're licensing the artwork to
Mhm.
appear on this product. And so we make very clear that there is an artwork license price. Now, what is this price? This is what the artist has set. So artists can set anything they want to, and they're going to be paid 100% of whatever they said. There is no fee. There is nothing. It's all free for the artist, and you get 100% of whatever you've charged. Okay. Next is the merchandise fee. So as an introductory period, we're going to have a 10% discount on all products. I have no idea how long we'll keep that going. And so you'll see that 10% discount. And so you see a price for the merchandise. So what you're paying for there is the mug. Then we have a platform fee. So we pay 2% of the license fees to Vibe, which is our Vitruvio income building engine, which is it's funds that go to the community. So, and then finally, we have shipping. Our goal is to have flat shipping, just because we feel that that's fair, and figure out how we can work our numbers in order to make sure that we don't that we can cover those costs. We'll probably even lower the shipping even more. But right now, we are starting with $10 across the board shipping for everything. In a few weeks, we might change that after we look at geographically where orders are coming from, etc.
Mhm.
So this is the those are the individual items. You add them up, and that's your total. Now, so far, you've not seen a connect button anywhere. This is important.
Mhm.
We don't believe sustainable income of artists is possible with crypto payments. We feel it is sustainable with payments that everyone is used to, which is credit cards. Therefore, print on demand, print feature on Xibit is a first class credit card first feature. The buyer needs nothing other than an email and credit card, something that they all already have. So what happens when you click buy now? When you click buy now, it's going to take you into a checkout page that is a standard checkout page that you've seen a million times with all kinds of retailers. But here's the important thing: we got card, we got Alipay, Amazon Pay, Cash App Pay. We got many more payment methods. You can do Apple Pay, Google Pay, etc. And today, I also actually went ahead and added crypto here, but coming through Stripe, it's gonna charge you in USDC and convert it into fiat on the fly. So we don't want to leave our crypto background behind. So it's there, but credit card is the default. You pay a standard credit card fee, you pay that. Also, today, when we do Magic Squares, we are going to distribute, as I said earlier, $5,000. So there's going to be 167 of you that
Mhm.
are going to get a discount code for $30 each that can be applied to your purchase. So you're going to add that promo code right here. When you add that promo code, it's $30. So in this case, 26.66 is my total. I would
Mhm.
add a $30 code, and my credit card payment would be zero. I would not even have to provide a credit card. Of course, what happens to the balance there? That's gone. It's a
Mhm.
one use promo code. You have to use it entirely in one transaction. The
Mhm.
balance reverts back to us. So that's just if as we are going today, just keep that in mind. You want to basically try and find a product that and artwork that is below or at $30. But of course, we welcome if you pay more. It's $30 will be knocked off, and then you can pay extra amounts.
Right.
Now, I know the feedback. I can hear it right now from some of you. Like, okay, but is it only one product at a time? Yes, it is only one product and one artwork at a time. We are not ready. We are nowhere close to doing a shopping cart. It'll come. It'll come, but it's not a high priority for us because a shopping cart requires us to adapt to different license prices and different artworks. It might seem very simple, but it is complex. It's not just grabbing products and putting them there. We have to think about real time, the artwork generation and all of that kind of stuff. So there's a lot to think about, and we are not ready for that yet. We want to scale up the store first, then we will add the shopping cart. So indeed, yes, you'll be able to select 10 products and so on. Right now, we also have only one copy. You will probably see as early as next week the ability for you to order multiple of the same item. So we'll start with that, multiple of the same item, and then we'll do more. Now I see comments asking people, what about this option, what about this option? Guys, this is Stripe. It supports every payment option you can think of, and if it's not one available, it's probably because it's not very popular. Apple Pay, Google Pay, Samsung Pay, Alipay, Amazon Pay, whatever other pay you can think of, all supported, all fully working. All right. So now oh, I hit the back button. I shouldn't have done that. Okay, let me go back here. Okay. So now let's go and look at the other products. Let's look at our display products. So we have one frame and one poster. Let's look at the frame first. So here we have a black canvas frame.
Beautiful.
And here's the canvas frame. You can see your artwork in there. It's pretty high quality. You've got the canvas in there with a nice high quality frame in there. This is a slightly pricier option because it's a display option, and it's a larger frame. You can see we've got the description here. This particular one is 20 centimeters by 30 centimeters, or 8 inches by 12 inches. All right, so that's frames for you. And then we also have a poster. So the poster is pretty straightforward. Simple poster, paper, a premium matte paper finish, and it looks good. It'll look good anywhere. And so there's the pricing for that. So there's all of that. You go through the checkout experience and you buy it, and that's it. The order, you get an email immediately, and that's it. So let's go through that workflow one time here. So oops, let me get a slideshow going here. All right. So we have an initial catalog of 3 products: mug, which applies to horizontal, vertical, and square artworks; a poster, which applies to vertical artworks; and frame canvas, which applies to vertical artworks. Now, if your artworks are primarily horizontal, add the print license anyway. Like I said, every 2 or 3 days, we're going to keep adding products. It'll be, I said weekly on this slide, but it's really going to be daily. We're going to add products very quickly. If you want to know what types of products we'll be adding, you can go to gelato.com and look at the product catalog. We'll be adding products from there. What you see right now is these 3 simple products, because they don't have something that products have, which is called variants. Variants is any product that requires choices from the buyer in terms of size, color, style, etc. We don't have variant support yet, but we are adding it. And once we add that, a host of products become available for us to add. But right now, we are only adding products that don't have variants. This is it. This is all what you get. We also believe that simplicity is important. We don't want to have, like I said, a huge catalog with lots and lots of products right away. We'll grow into that. Okay. So the payments. Buyers pay with a credit card, and many other forms of payment are also supported. No crypto wallet is required of the buyer. I cannot emphasize this enough. Our goal is to get to billions of people eventually, and that is not happening in the world of crypto. We waited. It's not happening. Credit card works. That's our audience. That's how we're going to grow sustainable income for artists, for every artist out there. Even though artists who are not on Xibit right now, get on and get your products on, because this liquidity that's coming through, it is not a one-time thing. It's coming through. And once we kickstart this and once we start a promotion, there's going to be buyers coming from all over the place for this. We are not also changing behavior. See, with collectibles, digital collectibles, we're trying to change behavior. But with this print offering, we're not changing behavior. People go and buy prints of things right now already on Amazon, on Target, and many other retail stores. All we are saying is we can give you something better. We can make it personalized. You choose the artwork instead of just buying whatever IKEA has to give you.
Mm-hmm.
Choose whatever you want. And that is very powerful. And we feel with our innovative promotional things we've got lined up, it's going to scale very, very fast. So here's the workflow. The buyer purchases the product. They get an email receipt. The artist gets an email that their product was licensed. Right? First, a sip of chai.
I'll join with coffee.
Okay. Next, the order is sent to Gelato for fulfillment. All right. Now, Gelato prints the order and ships in 3 to 5 days. I think it's usually actually 2 days, but I'm going to say 3 to 5 days because it depends on where the order is going to be shipped from. The buyer gets a shipment email when the item is shipped. Now, shipment for us is a trigger. It's the most important thing. We are going to pay you, the artist, when the product leaves Gelato and is in the mail. All right. You get a payment email and you see that you received a payment. Now, here's the important part. Any payments being made through the incoming liquidity. For example, we play Magic Squares today, and people are going to buy your artwork using promo codes. All of that, the payment when it's made, ends up in your vault in USDC. We have added a new feature in Studio where there's a claim for your vault. You can claim USDC also. So no need to change anything. When you get paid, which would be in 3 to 5 days after the order is placed, when it's shipped, you get USDC.pol, which is the variant of USDC on Vitruvio, and boom, it's available to you. You can send it over to Polygon and it's instantly USDC. You can go to Vitruvio Exchange and exchange it for whatever you want. But that is the workflow here. All right. So it's pretty simple. As I said, we've tried to make it where we've removed as much of the complexity out of the equation as possible, and really made it super simple to use. So what I'd like to do now is take a minute and actually show you from the artist perspective what happens. So Pam, if I could get you to share your screen with Studio and show the changes we've made to Studio.
I'm going to choose this one. Let's see if we got this right. Okay. Can you guys see my screen now?
Not yet, but now they can.
Okay, cool. Well, let's just take a look. So what we're trying to show is what it looks like for the artist perspective and how you can get this set up or change things if you have it set up. So I'm signed into Studio here. I don't have my wallet connected. You can if you want, but it's not necessary. So I'm going to take a look at this one called Rustic Roses. What I do is just hover over this gear and then select Edit. So I come in here to the license area and I want to say View and Edit. You'll see that the top license listed is the collectible art. That's the digital edition. And then here we have print license. And so what I've already set this up to print, but if I didn't, this is what it would look like when you first arrive to this screen. So I'll hit print, and I've already edited the default values. But if you wanted to change the default values will be $5 here and then 0.01 here. And we did publish just the other day on our X account a chart that shows some various different pricing options. because what Nick was showing us before is that the merchandise license, that's merchandise like a mug, that it can be set for any value. And when you first open it, of course, it's set at 5. So I clicked it up a few times to be 10. And then you can use, so that's the flat rate that you'll get for any merchandise. And if I use this slider is really kind of working one of these values against the other. But what I'm thinking is for the display license price, the display is priced out in cents per square centimeter, or like USD per square centimeter. So what I'm going to do is watch this value here in this box, and I'm going to slide it. And what I was aiming for was 8 cents per square centimeter. So for example, if I was ordering that same like 8 by 12 size that we looked at earlier, my license price would come in at $40. And the way you get that is you multiply height times width times this little price in this box. So if I hit confirm, I will get this fun success message, and then I can just carry on and go to my next one. So that's pretty much it. Is there anything that I missed?
All right, Pam, but before we leave here, I'm sure there's many people here in the audience who are going to see this video live and also later who might not be familiar with Xibit. So can you sign out and get into Studio? But first of all, show how to get to Studio. So you go to exhibit.app, and then can you start from there and then sign in into Studio?
So we are exhibit.app.
Yeah. And so what we want to show artists here real quick is that on Xibit, we have a different model for than you're used to in marketplaces. We don't mint anything until there is a sale. And in the case of print on demand, there isn't a mint of the artwork. There is actually an on-chain license that is issued. So there's provenance of it. But what artists do on Xibit is they consign their artwork. They just essentially delegate to the platform permissions to license the artwork in various ways. So right now we have 2 ways, and we are going to keep adding more and more regularly, because the idea behind Xibit is to get you sustainable income for your artwork, which means every artwork you create for the rest of your life should be licensed over and over again and compound your income. So that's the model. So yeah, please continue.
Yeah, and the other thing I wanted to point out was that when your buyer buys, that mug with your art on it, they never get the digital file. That digital file only just gets communicated to Gelato, our fulfillment partner. It doesn't. It's not going to be like no one gets sent a file. In other words, so they can't go run amok and print it every other place. It just only communicates with Gelato. So it's a nice way to control it too, because all those licenses are recorded on the blockchain. If we want to see how to get from search, which we're in the search environment here, you can see it's highlighted in yellow. If I click over here,
we can't see that part of your screen.
Oh, I'm sorry. What part can you see?
We are still seeing Studio. Are you
Studio? Oh, okay. I'm sorry. Let's see.
If you can just on the tab you're on Studio, just type search and go, or just type exhibit.app and go to it. That'll solve the problem.
Okay, I had done that in another tab, I guess. Okay, gotcha.
Yeah.
Okay, you're probably like, what are you talking about?
Yeah.
All right. So here, okay, so we have search is where we are now. So if I click on Studio, that's okay. Wait, now I need to share that tab. It looks like, right?
Or just go to Studio on this tab back again. Yeah.
Okay. Yeah. Okay.
I think you shared a tab instead of sharing a window. So
yeah. Sorry about that. Okay. Okay. So does this look right now? So I signed into Studio.
Yep.
Okay. And where we were going with this was if you wanted to consign a new artwork, is that what you're asking?
Yes. Or? Yeah. Just to show, because you've got lots of artworks, but I want to show that there's a multi-step process. We don't have to go through that today. That's a separate, that's pretty easy, but there's a multi-step process for you to consign your artwork and make these licenses, the print license available. It's for your first artwork, it should take you about 30 minutes because it's the first time you're learning the ropes. But after that, it's much quicker because you can copy the metadata and, 10 minutes for an artwork, for example, is reasonable to expect.
Right. And after you've uploaded your files, we encourage you to upload high-res files for your original and for any, so that it can be printed. And then you can go through, and this might look like a lot of information to fill out, but the way we started the whole talk was someone who's a buyer is going to go to search and put in their filters. And so this is where you're adding those tags to your art. And so those will come up in a search that someone else is doing. So you definitely want to fill this in. You want to tag your artwork. You can add it to collections if you wish. Adding all of these filling these in accurately for the art that you're consigning is very, very important. And I can't stress that enough. I think we're allowed up to like 10 different subject keywords. So don't skimp on that. Think of as many keywords that fit your art as possible. I also want to encourage people to fill in these items here, like nationality, residence, gender, if you wish to fill that in. Because sometimes someone might be like, oh, I want to find artwork from people who live in Italy or something like that. And so, you just never know what search desire someone has. So so that's just a little bit about the process that you'll see when you're consigning your artwork. And of course, when you get over here to the license, and I haven't gone through putting the file in here yet, but I will have to have an artwork in here for it to trigger the fact that print is there, I believe. Because, in this window, it's not coming up because I don't have an actual artwork. I probably have a draft one I could show you. Let's see. I don't know. Anyway, I think it will become very clear to people once they get into the environment.
Yeah. Great. I just wanted a quick overview of that. So now what I want to do now is take a few questions before we get into the freebie airdrop portion of this. So let's see. AI DeFi asks, I love it. Print on demand. Can the color of the mug, for example, be changed? My art looks better against a black background. All right. So I will channel Mr. Ford here and say you can get your mug in any color as long as it's white.
Yeah.
So as I said, we're going to start off very simple. There's going to be very limited choices, and that is deliberate, and it might be frustrating, but it is how we can ensure high quality. We want to make sure that we don't have hundreds of products. There's a lot of buyer confusion, etc. We want a very clear set of products, make sure the workflow is all good, there's no issues. And once that happens, once we're confident of that, we'll be introducing more and more things. But for right now, what you see is what you get. If you don't see an option, it's because your art is not supported on that option right now. As I said, on the mugs, vertical, horizontal, and square. On the poster, vertical. On the canvas, vertical. That's it. That's what you have right now. But in the coming days, and I'm not talking 10 days, or I'm talking 1 day, 3 days, etc. We're going to add more products, and you will have more support. But for today, we are launching with a mug, a canvas frame print, and a poster. All right.
I have a question, Nick. Because I do see the question appearing about my artwork is not showing up as available on a poster or canvas. That must mean it's not fit for that, which means what you just said, it's probably horizontal.
Yep.
In the real world, you could just hang a picture this way or this way. But I think that what we're limited by is probably that mock-up aspect of things, where the mock-up that we've got only shows the art in a vertical orientation rather than, it doesn't.
Again,
it's not
I don't think it's a problem
forwards.
because we will introduce it. It's just a matter of days. Yeah. So it's not an issue.
Tiny bit patient. It'll be there.
It's just more patience. That's all.
Yeah. I saw another one. Oh, someone.
So the question is, where do we see how many pod sales we had and which art specifically has been printed and how many times? Guys, we're introducing this Any feature that you can think of that is more advanced, it's not there. It's going to come later. Now, this is a good point to talk about the fact that we are doing this with almost no capital, right? We are working on raising capital, but right now we're doing it with almost no capital and basically one front end developer and one back end developer. That's it. All right. So any of these features, you're not going to see them for a while. We're going to focus all our attention on the features that are front end, that are buyer specific. Because look, our goal is to make you money, plain and simple. Reporting doesn't make you any money. All of those kind of things you can easily find out by going and looking at your vault. You can see all the transactions there. And so we are not going to spend very expensive developer hours on building features first that don't give us more sales. So we focus on income. That's basically the priority. Because and once we are funded, when we have a team, we'll expand it further. But right now, we are working very efficiently, very leanly with almost no capital, and so we have to be very choosy about which features get built and which don't.
Mm-hmm.
So looks great. Where is the Apple Pay option? Should be one of the first options, as a lot of people. As I said, our payment provider is Stripe. They have billions of transactions, and whatever you see is whatever they've optimized, and it will be specific to the platform, desktop, mobile. It's all automatic. We don't have any say on that. But all of these options will be there. Apple Pay is definitely supported. When you go on an iPhone, it'll probably show up as one of the first options. That would be my guess.
Yeah.
The buyer does not need to know anything about wallets, blockchain, etc. Yes. When you go shop on Amazon, you don't care what database they're using. You don't care which cash provider they're using, etc. You don't. You just want to get your product, and that's the model we are building. I feel background should be removed. Gelato has that option. No, unfortunately, we will not tamper with your artwork in any way at all. It will be in full fidelity on the merchandise. We just won't do that. That's unethical. We will not do that.
I'm not able to star comment, so I can, but I can see.
Yeah.
Apricot Blossom Design asked about the mock-up of the mug and wondered if the art going to be just on the front and the back, or is it on three sides, kind of like opposite the handle as well? It seems like it's just printed on two sides, but she said she went through the scroll and it looked like it was on three sides.
That's just the three views of it. It's just printed once. Gus has a good point. I think this art license price is backwards when it comes to this particular example. A poster is more expensive than canvas frame is not going to sell. All right, so that's because we calculate the area for display products using square centimeters. So the poster is much larger and therefore going to be more expensive. But you're right, intuitively that doesn't make sense. But it is a smaller canvas versus a larger poster. So we'll have to look into that and say perhaps we will introduce a multiplier on certain products where we take that price per square centimeter and apply it differently. But it's a really good point you bring up there. It's the substance, the type of product matters. This is another reason why we want to be very slow and deliberate. We don't want to just add products that make no sense on the pricing, because if it's just merchandise, it's pretty easy, right? We have to factor in and look at, okay, what is the average price most artists are setting at, and factor that in the overall price and how buyers are going to perceive of that, etc. So there's a lot of questions that have to be answered and decisions that have to be made as we roll this out. And so Gus, the point you brought up is very, very good. We'll think about it. It's one of a good takeaway.
Yeah, even if their sizes are comparable, if the material that you're printing, like if it's when we go to like a fine art paper or things like that, even if the same size, one should probably be priced higher than the other, just for
Would
the
love to see
value
the
of.
comparison chart of Vitruvio marketing budget versus Sky budget. Well, you know what? What's funny? The budget on both is effectively zero. So,
No, no
because
Thai budget.
my chai packets get delivered to me by my sister, and she won't accept payment for them. So yeah. Mystique asks, if we only see a mug, does that mean that the pieces are not suitable for wall art? No, we don't make any judgment like that. That's not our purview at all. It just means that the form factor is not there yet. So it's probably a vertical artwork and sorry, a horizontal artwork, and
Horizontal or
therefore
square.
it only, or horizontal or square actually, and only works with a mug right now. But as I said, we'll continue to add products and you'll see more of that.
So if someone wins today during our Magic Squares and they want to wait a couple days, is there a duration for the credit discount code that they get? Like, well, it'll be good for a couple weeks, right? So if they want to wait till that product comes available, they
can wait, no problem.
Okay.
Is there an option of somebody else that wants to sell the print on demand from the individual artist?
It's interesting. So it sounds like someone wants to set up a pop-up store, maybe? I don't know.
Is that what that means?
Well, I think the economics of something like this, it's not, things are actually priced for, the end buyer to be the end user rather than like a wholesaler, I think. We don't have that, the way Gelato set up is more like buy one for yourself or to give as a gift rather than buy 12 and try to sell it in a store.
Oh, yeah. Well, first of all, you couldn't do that because it's not possible to license it that way.
Right.
We don't have the code for it. But really what you would do is go set up a folio.
Yeah. I was thinking that.
That is the solution, because folio is our magical solution. It's Shopify for art, basically. In 10 minutes, you can pick a sub-selection of the artworks you want, mark it up, and sell it. So in fact, you can do it right here in Xibit. Why would you want to do it in another way, right? So you can pick a store, and that's yours. So we want everyone to make money, and so go create a folio, mark it up, whatever you want, and go sell it to your audience, and they will have the full print-on-demand capabilities available to them exactly as it's on Xibit. And over time, we will make more of these features available. So the branding of that folio is very clearly not at all Xibit. It'll be whatever you want it to be. We already have that capability where we have some basic banners and colors and things like that, but we'll change that so it becomes more apparent that, like here, you can see that this is VLAN's store. The colors have changed, and because she created this one doesn't have a print license available, and so it goes straight to digital collectible. But if it had one, it would certainly show up that way. Yeah, so those capabilities do exist. And let me stop sharing here. Okay, let's see, take a couple more questions and then go to our Magic Squares. Just like anything, it's going to come down to marketing. Can't rely on organic growth alone in a world totally saturated with existing pod products decades. So I want to say yes, and maybe yes to the second part. So we in the coming weeks, we are going to unveil to you some very, very innovative marketing strategies. We know what works and we know what doesn't work. For example, we know exhibitions don't work. They are just a non-starter. You may or may not get some sales. So we're not going to spend money on exhibitions moving forward. We might do it for, not for sales, but for promotion, for promoting the artists. Yes, I think it's good. So let's be clear on that. It's about promoting the artists and not about sales. But we have other innovative marketing things we want to try. Now let's talk about existing print-on-demand platforms. Right? There's a lot of them, and they have the same problem that plagues the NFT, digital collectible space: discovery. promoting, marketing. An artist can go to a print-on-demand platform today and set up their beautiful print-on-demand store with their beautiful artworks and hundreds of products, but you still got to get a buyer to come to it. That's the problem we are solving. So we are solving actually both the problems. We are making it easy for the artist to create the print-on-demand store with no effort, none. Check two boxes as Pam showed you. Check print license, and you don't even have to change the default numbers. Leave them default and say save. That's it. That's what you got to do. And we don't expect any artist to do any promotion, whatever. I've heard a few comments from a few artists saying, "Oh, I'm not active on social or whatever, so I won't get sales." You know what? We don't really care that you're not active on social. You might care, but we don't care. We don't expect you to be active anywhere. We just expect you to make beautiful art, consign it, and that's it. We are going to focus on the marketing and the promotion. So that's our job. We want to make you have sustainable income. So our partnership with Sabong Studios, where they are providing liquidity, is to get the ball rolling. This is going to be a flywheel. It's going to go faster and faster, but we have to get it going. And so pumping in liquidity via Earn is a good strategy. It means that we can keep sales going until the flywheel takes over, our marketing takes over, and we can be spinning on our own momentum. So that's the plan right now. It's very simple. It's nothing, wildly, on the fringe or anything like that. It's very simple. Get sales going right now with liquidity from Earn. And thanks again to Sabong Studios for providing that. And while we have sales going with that, start our marketing campaigns. And there, what we intend to do is experiments. We are looking for a CAN model of art discovery. And once we find that out, that works globally in hundreds of countries, in lots of venues, we will execute that at scale. So what you're going to see here in the coming weeks and months is a series of experiments. Some of them will flop miserably. They won't work at all. Some of them will be very successful. We'll take the successful ones and say, okay, how can we rinse, repeat this at low cost and keep promoting artists and artworks? So some of the experiments, for example, really simple Instagram ads, those work, right? So we'll do that. We're going to do a lot of things like that, where we try and get. That's a very low fidelity example. That is not the kind of thing we are planning. It's one of the things, but it's in the column of here are some obvious things you could do, right? But there are some innovative things we are working on, and I'll be talking about them in future lives. Okay, I think that's enough talk here. This is interesting. In the future, can you add a play cards deck license where I can put my own art on my play cards deck? Yeah, this is kind of cool. Yeah, very interesting. Honestly, you mentioned cards, but we are going to make art cards a full-fledged legit license. We did a trial with it last holiday season, and since then you've not heard anything about it, but the idea worked. It's very scalable. So we are going to increase the number of events and occasions that it's valid for, and have an art cards license also. So you will see art cards sales also coming along.
I saw that Granny asked the exhibit address. It's exhibit.app. So xibit.app will get you right to the search environment. And then from there, you can go to either Folio or Studio.
Yeah.
Yeah. I didn't.
I'll put that up here.
Yeah. Thank you.
Great. Okay. Yeah. So that's it's now time for Magic Squares. So
all right.
Let's get to the program here. I'm a bit rusty. We haven't played Magic Squares in a bit. So forgive me if things don't work perfectly right away, but if they don't, I'm gonna fix it and make it good. So how does Magic Squares work? Well, what we do is I share my screen and I run this little app I wrote called Magic Squares, and you as the live audience will submit an entry, and then I will start picking randomly from those entries. So let me share my screen here. Here we go. All right. So there are two links here in yellow. When you go to the first one right now, it will tell you it's not working. So please don't comment. Please do not comment that it's not working. It is
Not
deliberately set
working.
up to not work right now. It will work when I tell you that it's
When
time to go.
working.
Okay.
Yeah.
So bitru.xyz/airdrop-join. That's where you will go when we give the green light that it's time to go do that. All right. Now, in prior Magic Squares, we were mostly dealing with a crypto audience. And so you put in your wallet addresses. Today, you're going to go in there and there's going to be a form, and it's going to require you to sign in with the Google account. It's a Google form. Okay. Because we are looking for your email address. Why? Because we have to send you a coupon code. Um, but we don't want to share your email address with the world on the Magic Square deck, obviously. So we're going to ask you to put in a name, anything you want, maybe your handle, your Twitter handle, whatever you want. It doesn't really matter. Put in a short name, and that's what's going to appear on the board here. So, for example, I use Tech Bubble. I would put Tech Bubble on there, or I would put Nick. It doesn't really matter what you put. It's got nothing to do with your social media accounts or nothing. It's just to identify you on the board. All right. So when I turn the form on, that's what you are able to do. One entry per person, and we're gonna look and see how many people join here today. We have 167 winners. We're gonna pick that each get $30. Before with Magic Squares, it used to be the order in which you came in. So what I want to do differently today is each time we do a board, and let's hope we have lots of entries. And what I want to do each time is shuffle the entire all the audience members. So with each board we try, you're gonna have a chance to win. So I think we're gonna pick like 25 or so each board, and then shuffle again and get a new set of entrants, shuffle and do that again. So you keep increasing your chances of winning. If you don't win the first time, maybe your name appears again, and you've got a lot of chances of winning. All right. So that's it. And if things don't work, we'll adjust. I'll fix things and we'll keep going. But the goal here is to get a bunch of winners, and then I go and take a minute, and we're gonna send you all your coupon codes, so you can go shopping right away. All right. So you put that in the discount code on checkout, and it applies $30 to your checkout code. So all right. So now, without further ado, excuse me.
So I'm not able to put a comment in the chat because I'm not signed in there, but you'll see in yellow type on Nick's shared screen where it says join.
I'll put a banner up also. I'll put a banner up. Yeah.
All right. So you're saying we could sign in now, like fill out the form now, and then those entries will be shuffled each time there's a new board. So there's not another like we're not going to cut it off at 200 or something like that now. We'll take as many as we can.
You can go to any tab and be signed into Google, and just paste this link there and refresh, and it'll be fine.
Okay.
Or you can sign in. One second, I'm making a banner real quick with the address, since if it's not too obvious. All right, that's where you're going to go. In a second here, 3, 2, 1. I updated the response, so you can now go reload the page and start with the responses. It should work now.
Let's see.
Let's see if we get any. There we go. We are getting entries now, so I know it's working. And as I said, I'm going to shuffle every time, so we'll give everyone. Do you think that's fair? Do you think that's good? Good change?
Yeah, I think so, because some people are really fast to enter, and then like in the next batch, there's maybe not as many people who have been entering. So
this now we'll pick 100 every time, and they'll be shuffled each time. So we'll start off with the first one being in the order people entered, just to be fair. And then the second deck onward, we will start shuffling.
Okay.
And I'll keep the form going and keep the form open. So it doesn't matter how many people we get. So meanwhile, I'll take a sip of chai.
Okay. So for anyone I see who's having trouble reading it from maybe they're watching on a small screen, it's in the big banner now, vtru.xyz/airdrop-join.
All right. We are at 75 entries right now. So guys, as artists, I fully expect that you're going to go buy your own work. So that's fine. You can do that.
Yeah.
Yeah,
you can buy it and enjoy it.
Yeah.
And you don't have to be an artist here on Xibit in order to join to win, because what you're doing is you're winning a prize to go buy some art. So I see we might have some new people in our community. Anyone can go and fill out that form. On the banner that's at the bottom of our big screen here, that's the link if you want to type it in. And yeah, you'll just put in your email, and the promo code, the discount code, will be delivered to that email that you put in there. So make sure you can answer that email, and then you get to go shopping.
Yeah, I'm gonna wait for the first 100 entries.
Okay.
And then I'll keep the form open. It's gonna stay like this, and but we'll start playing right away. So we are at 95 right now, very close.
Okay.
And we have 409 viewers on this
Nice.
stream right now.
Well, let's get them all in here. Maybe you can win $30 towards a print-on-demand item.
And
if anyone is looking for how to price their work, I'll repost those that post we had with some charts on it that just give a view of what several different options of the pricing is for the display. Of course, when you price merchandise, that's flat rate. And then the display, since it comes in different sizes, that's just a calculation of the square centimeters of area of those pieces. So,
all right. So this might appear too small. So let me see if I can zoom in a bit. There we go. All right. So we've got our first 100 loaded up randomly. And you can see the names are all up there, and we can start playing.
Okay. So we're going to look for 25 on this board, right?
We're going to look for 25 on this board, and we refresh every 25. Now, by the way, the winners get added to this sheet here. Mm-hmm. So let me just make sure that sheet is ready to go.
Okay.
One moment, please. All right. Yeah, that is ready to go. And you can track it there. All right, let's look at who's going to be our absolute first print-on-demand Magic Squares winner. Here we go. Boom. Who do we have?
Who's going to win?
Woohoo! Spiritual.
All right.
Woo-hoo. All
We've
right.
seen spiritual in our chat already today.
Yeah, that's
I
great.
think so. Yeah.
Now, I want to make sure the
congratulations
gets updated correctly. If not, I'll just manually keep track of the winners here. I don't see my sheet getting updated yet. So give me a moment here. I'm going to check on what is going on there, because it's important for me that
we wanted to.
That happens automatically. Please wait. Sorry about that.
Okay, let me see if I can tell some jokes. No.
No. I'll be quick. I'll be quick about it.
You're very quick. Anytime it's problem solving on the fly, it's always amazing that you can do that. Congrats to our first winner.
Oh, there! It actually just showed up. So it is just a little slow. I was just being impatient. That's all. Okay.
I see someone said it's just one coupon per item, or can you combine if it's a multi-winner? I would say simple. Keep it simple. One coupon to one.
All your questions.
You're not going to be able to put
answer
two
possible.
together.
That is the answer. Usually the answer is no. This and the simplest answer, the simplest thing possible is what we are doing. All right. Yeah. So this is working now. Good.
Awesome. And anyone asking how to join, if you're talking about how to join this winning, go to the link that's on the banner here, vitru.xyz/airdrop-join, and you can fill out a form with your email, one per person, and that's what we're using to choose the winners. And I know, Parisas, you had asked about that, but I know you're already an artist with us, so you know how to join Xibit. So I'm assuming you meant the contest here. How many more winners do we have? Let's see.
We got a few going here.
All right, spiritual. We have JKEN. Sunny is a winner. DeFi, Russ, by Laura. Oh my gosh! Congrats, everybody. Time to go shopping. You know, you can go shopping when you just hit when you go to search and you set your filters to license equal print. That's how you're going to narrow down what's available to use that code with.
All right.
And we're going to be sending that code by email. All right. Mystique one. Cool.
Gunezi 83. All right. What I'm going to do, what I'm going to ask you to do, Pam, is immediately after we have 25 winners here, if you wouldn't mind just actually going through the consignment of one item, because I want to go ahead and send at least our first 25 winners their coupons right now. So while I do that, if you could just do that, and then after that, we'll do the fulfillment after the live has ended for everyone else. But for the first 25 winners, I'm going to get those coupons out coupon codes right away, because I want to make sure that works splendidly.
Okay, so you want me to consign an actual photo?
Yeah, not yet though.
Okay.
After I have 25 winners, I'm going to share your screen. I'm going to work on getting the coupon codes out to the 25 winners, and then we'll go from there.
Okay, I'm just got to look for a photo that I can use as a demo.
Yeah, you can use any picture. It doesn't really matter. So, all right. So we've got 15 winners so far. 10 more to go from this board here, and then I will go ahead and send you guys your coupon codes. So you will look at your email and be able to go and order right away.
Okay.
All right, that's 19. Lexi 1, Bliss 1, Billy 1, Adrena 1. This is great. So you cannot win twice in the same board, but you can win twice during this live. On the next board, you might win again, you know? So then that way you will have another coupon code. But keep in mind, you have to use them all at once. So you can put multiple coupon codes in the same order. So if you find an expensive artwork and you need to pay for it, you can do that with multiple coupons if you are lucky enough to have won multiple ones. All right, 777. Couple more, and then there we go. Liam 1. This is great.
Nice.
And
one more winner coming.
There we have it, Nyoki. All right.
Okay.
So that's our first 25 winners. I am going to stop sharing. Pam, ready to add your screen whenever you are sharing?
Okay. Let me.
Yeah, Apricot says I forgot that Magic Square.
The music.
I actually did think about it, but honestly, I was getting ready with Magic Squares about 15 minutes before it was time. So just ran out of time. We were just busy working on making sure everything is. We tested the print on demand and spent more time on that. Don't forget to enable Spanish audio track on all the YouTube videos. Ooh, okay. Gracias. Yes, we should do that. Okay, whenever you're ready, Pam.
Okay, I'm ready. I got a picture to do as a test.
All right, so I'm going to take myself off here for a bit while you entertain everybody. And give me, I need less than 5 minutes. Okay. I will get all the codes out to the winners.
Okay, well, come back and let me know when you're back. Okay, so I'm going to just do this Okay, so I've signed in just using my email. When you sign in for the first time, you'll put in your email and it will generate a code that it sends to that email. Then you just copy that, put it in to verify, and then you're in. And so I'm going to say consign a new artwork. The first thing I like to do is start at the top, and we're going to say, okay, we're going to original artwork upload. I have a cool, fun picture I just took of some new boots that I found at Nordstrom Rack. So I just drag it over here. These are my new pink Doc Martens, not to be confused with Dr. Martine. And what I'm doing is I'm just dragging that same file in multiple times. And what it's doing is it's going to crop for different uses. This one looks good to me the way it's cropped. I'm going to, now I'm going to just drag it over here. If you have the files already sized at the dimensions it's requiring, you can upload individual files. I know some people do that with like a watermark or something. I just like to keep dragging the same file in, and Xibit will size it to what it needs for using in the background of the search function and everything. So let's keep doing this. I'm going to just drag this in. I tend to wear pink Converse all the time, and when I saw these boots, I was like, I have to have those. So one more time, I'm going to drag it in over here. I'm getting success messages once it's done. Some of these, it'll, oops, let's see. I don't know why that went. Okay. I'm going to go back. Not sure why it didn't allow me to do that. Oh, it's probably because I don't have it big enough. So let's go back. All right, so if we see, this one's not enabled right now. What we're going to do when we're using the print files, we're going to use the highest res one and make sure that those dimensions match what's required by Gelato or whoever's fulfilling, to make sure that end result is exactly nice and detailed and what the buyer is expecting. Okay, so I'm done with this part. I'm going to hit next. And that's going to take me to the fun part of adding all the details that will show up in search. So I'm going to call these pink docs. And then I'm going to put in, these are my new boots. Okay. I'm going to say, as far as what culture, let's just say it's Western. I think these are amusing. I'm putting in the mood that this artwork evokes. Let's see. Maybe chaotic. I don't know. Dreamy. Humorous. I think pink Doc Martens are kind of humorous. All right, so let's go and see the other colors that we can add in. This, of course, the system takes a look at your art, and it oftentimes will generate a color palette. I'm not seeing it in my smaller screen here, but I'm gonna pick some colors. I know there's black in it, and I know there's this like pink color in it, so I'm gonna add that. Let's see. I know there's a purple because they're sitting on my yoga mat, so I'm gonna put that in. And again, it's someone who's using search can, if they're like, I need a piece of art to go in my room and I want it to look green, someone can actually go in and search for green art. So in this, I'll write copyright. Okay, so going on to this section, this is digital art. And now tags. All right, I like to change these. And I often have just like a set of tags that I like to use. Like if I'm putting up travel photos, I'll think of all the things that someone might be looking for, like travel photography, street photography, happiness, cheerful, things like that. So I would go ahead and fill this in. I'm going to say like Doc Martens I might put here fashion. I'm not going to fill all these in, but I would encourage everyone else to do that. Collections. Let's see. I'm going to have a collection just called Pink. Pink Things. I don't think AI was used in making these Doc Marten or my photo. It does not contain nudity. This is a really important one to self-select. Of course, our filters are set so that people can safely look at our search site when they're at work or in a sensitive situation. So it's really important that you make sure you label it accurately. The categories are, this one's photography. The medium, I'm thinking photography is what I use to make these. So let's go down to there. See all these terms are actually generated from industry standard terms so that they are searchable. It's a photo and I used photography. Let's just leave it at that. So all these search terms were they're actually used by museums and people who are involved in like art with a capital A. So you want to definitely label it with things that are accurate that describe your work. I'm going to say this is documentary because it's just a photo of my boots. Okay, here we go. Subject. I'm going to say here wardrobes, maybe some boots. You have up to 10 different options here to put in. So you want to continue filling that in. Creator, you want to put in your name. And what was your role in this piece? Are you an illustrator? Are you the artist? You can put whatever you want here, and there's multiple options here in case you were a collaborator. I'm going to here say I'm the photographer. And then I have a bio that I actually have somewhere else, and I copy it and paste it and put it over here so that it's consistent through all of my different art that I have consigned here. Since this is demo, I wasn't ready to copy and paste that in, but I'll put in my website here, nationality. I know I need to go down here. I'm from the United States. I actually live here too at the moment. And let's see. Yeah, we can put in, I don't know if it says, okay, American, United States. Okay, we filled that out. Put in this. All right, step 2 out of 6. So this provenance, this actually, it will always register Vitruvio as a blockchain. I'm going to put where this artwork was generated from, and the plus code is something I'm not going to show right now. If this wasn't an exhibition or if it had won awards, you'd be able to put that in. It hasn't won any awards yet. Let me just put it that way. Okay, here's the exciting part. Now the collectible art license will already be checked for you, and this is a default price, so you can put in whatever you want to put in here. You might put something less than what was there before. You might put something more. This is the exciting thing we're doing right now, though. With the print art, your merchandise license will come up. These are default values. I know earlier I said a different value here. I see that our dev team has made this the default value. So $10 for merchandise, and that's like for a mug or for any other merchandise items, which might come later. Those could include things like a tote bag, maybe the phone case that Nick mentioned earlier, things like that. So at the display license price, that comes in at a 0.5% of the of your merch price. That's just the default setting. But you can see if I slide this around, this percentage changes because it's looking at what was set here. But what I pay attention to is just this display license price. I'm seeing it's going up to 8 cents. I can make it go all the way up to 10 cents. So I have a cheat sheet here that I just made that shows me. I like to think about, like, if I was going to sell a sort of 8 by 10, 8 by 12 sort of piece of art, that might be something that you might buy from a street vendor, you know, a street artist, things like that. I know that when I was doing that in person, I could sell an 8 by 10 for in the neighborhood of $40 to $45, maybe $35 to $45 in the place where I lived when I did that. So I did a calculation for, like, if I charged 8 cents per square centimeter, if I did an 8 by 10 size, they're actually, it's measured in centimeters, and the square centimeter area is 500 centimeters for that size. It's 20 centimeters wide by 25 centimeters high by 0.8 cents per square centimeter. So that equals around $40. So if I'm happy with that price, that is what I'll set it at. And then I'll just hit next. There's a creator agreement. I would encourage you to read this through so that you understand all that's going in it. Read it once, you'll know what's there. It's an important thing anytime you're interacting with something with your art and it involves some fine print. It's good to read it. I'm going to go ahead and check these boxes because I have read that before. I'm accepting the contract. And let's see, things are still going well. All right. Okay, I accepted it. I'm going to hit next. And now I can, if I have enabled my art to be augmented reality, I could upload that file here. If there's augmented reality video, I could upload it here. Behind the scenes image. You have, example, if you work in digital art and you want to show that you're not using AI, you could put an image or a video here. Behind the scenes media can go here. And then if you have a code, a zip file with some code that you want to include that when your buyer buys the digital edition, that could go in. So by default, it's listed as this work is not AR enabled. It means augmented reality enabled. I could put a longer description. This is something that your buyer is going to get to see. If you wanted, you can write a long description here if you want to talk about how you made the art, what it means to you, what you hope it can bring to someone else's life, things like that. Put that in. When I hit next, it looks like I'm about ready to go. I think it's a good thing to check this. This says completed. This one says in progress. I might go check and see what's left to do there. But all of these are green, which means they're ready to go. Let me see if there's anything that's necessary in this. It might just be something. Oh, so this part was incomplete. Let's see. Oh, it's because I didn't actually put. Thank you, system. Maybe I'll just for some reason it's not liking that, but we'll see if we're done now. Okay, it was happy now that I did my website in the correct format. I would encourage you to put an actual website or portfolio website, or even a some sort of a link aggregator website. It more
portfolio.
Than just yes, put your portfolio. Yes. Yeah, put your own folio. That's right. You could create your own folio store. Okay, so the last step is, I would say, review and consign. And what's going to happen here? I can review it. I have one more chance to do a preview if I want to go look and make sure I got everything right. And then I'll say request consignment. if you're brand new here and you have never consigned anything, our team will take a look at it and just do a double check, make sure you're a real person, you're not a bot, things like that. We'll release it to the world, and the next time you come through, your consignments will just go through within a few seconds. And Lighty wants my boots. Yeah, Lighty, I could not believe I found these boots. Yeah, I'll send a picture of me when I first wore them. I haven't even worn them yet, but so that kind of concludes the whole demonstration. Are you ready to go, Nick, with the next thing?
Yes, I'm ready to go.
I'll stop sharing.
To report that 25 people should have received their coupon codes. I see at least one said so. Oh, twice. Mystique also said yes. Okay, good. So would love to have one of you try it out. Do it live while we are here, and we want to see maybe if you could just let us know about the experience. Maybe if you screenshot it or took a video, or a screenshot, probably. I'm happy to share it here, of the artwork that you purchased. That would be kind of cool. But we are ready to go again with
all right,
with Magic Squares. And now let's see, we have how many? We have a lot of applicants now. Let's see how many. We've got close to 200. We got 183. So now we go into shuffle mode. All right. The shuffle mode doesn't matter when you came in. We're going to just shuffle and get those in there. So let me go and find that feature. Where is it? Randomize range. That's how it works in there. Okay. So now we're going to take 100 from this, and good luck to all of you. And we're going to pick 25 again. So here we go. I'll zoom in the board a little bit so you can see if your name is on there. You'll know if you won, of course, but you don't have to fill out the form again. It's all set. You might be able to play again. In fact, there's a high likelihood that your name is there on the board again, because there's 185 entries, and I picked 100 of them. So here we go. Second set of 25 coming up.
I was going to say, if someone is a double winner and they use the first one to buy their own art, that's awesome. I would like to invite people to take a look you could set your search function to find artists who are based in Iran, and maybe take a look at the art there that's been licensed for print, and consider buying a piece from an Iranian artist. And the reason I say that is, as it turns out, Gelato does actually not ship items to Iran, so they're not able to buy their own art. But what we could do to support them is buy their art so that they get the money from their art. And maybe someday there will be a vendor that will be able to ship to Iran, so they could actually buy their own art on an item that they'd like to use. But that's coming. For now, I would just like to say, please consider that if you want to shop around and find some artists who live in Iran and see if there's a piece there that works for you. Go ahead.
I'm working on a solution for that also. The way it works is that you have forwarding address in Istanbul, in Turkey. And,
cool. Okay.
And that's how we'll be able to cater. It's a little complicated, but we'll try and make it work. All right, we'll figure it out. It's going to happen. So I just took a quick pause from here because I wanted to go and look at our Gelato dashboard and see what's going on. So give me 1 second.
I'm glad to see your code worked, Mystique. That's amazing. Good to see.
That's good. That's good. All right. So it looks like we've got 5 orders in there. That's great. Excellent.
Yeah.
All right. We'll continue going. So, and you don't need the coupon code to buy, right? Your credit card works exceptionally well on this. We've tested it with millions of credit cards. I have personally input the number of millions of them, and they all work really well.
Awesome. Sonny said he's got his code and he's going to buy after the live is over. So, Nick, does the artist get paid in the same way with USDC.Poll if someone buys just with a credit card?
If they get a credit card, then the deposit is made as usual in VUSD, and they have a choice then to convert to Vitru or get in VUSD. With the cool feature now that Vitruvio Exchange supports a VUSD to USDC a pair. There isn't a lot of liquidity on there, but I'm sure it will grow over time.
Okay. All right. So so someone needs to pay close attention when they're going in to claim their sales to decide which format that comes to their wallet.
Yeah. So Lady is our Iran ambassador, and she's would like to work with me on the forwarding. So yes, absolutely. We want to make it happen. We want Iranian artists to have the same benefit here. No buyers should not have to think about all these things. We think about all these things and solve them on the back end. So we'll try and get that going. All right, we're gonna do these 25 again much faster. And like I said, I'm not gonna go away for 5 minutes and do the promo code fulfillment right now. I'll do it after the session. That way we can get all 167 winners figured out.
Cool. Someone wants me to read the names. I could start doing that, but there's also, of course, that if you want to read them yourself, you just go to the vitru.xyz/airdrop-winners, and you can see the spreadsheet there is just getting filled in automatically by the winners who are getting selected. So we have Chris, we have Vamcats, Raha M, JT5, Olivier, Dolores 285. I saw Dolores mention she won in our chat, so that's cool. Rira, Carmen, Minas, Granny, Southern, Diesel, Smurf, Just Relax, Sunny, again, yay, Gal, Diba, Fantasy, Mohi, Mehrizi, Praise 96, Shane, Thanos. Got two more on this one, Wadi, and our last one for 50 winners is MGS.
All right.
Hey, Nancy, you won. She's going to go buy Southern's art. That's awesome.
Fantastic. Okay, time to do the Magic Square Shuffle again.
All
so
right.
We're going to reload the board now with a new set of players. We've got a few more entrants since we talked, since we did this. So boom, they're all in there. Let's shuffle them up. And now we have a new set of 100 and put them on there, and might be duplicated. So
that's awesome.
So
just reviewing what's going to happen if you're an artist who someone is buying art from you, print on demand, you'll get a notification that someone did that by an email, and you'll get a notification that your artwork was licensed. And then once Gelato ships that point at which it ships, that's when you're going to get paid. So 3 to 5 days, maybe 2 to 4 days is the amount of time you should expect payment to arrive ready for you to claim after the purchase is made, is around 3 to 5 days. So hopefully that is clear. And then you can go, it might have been a while for some people, but when you're in your studio environment, up near where you can connect your wallet, just to the left of that is the claim button. So when you hit the claim button, you need to be signed in. You hit your claim button, and then you can choose how to receive your funds. And if you keep it as VUSD, you can use that to buy artwork. But if you want to cash it out for your to make it into fiat money, you have that option.
So maybe I was wrong to announce that those coupon codes are valid for a long time. Maybe they just expire today. So you'll go
buy fast
now.
Well, I mean,
kidding.
Well, so Yeah, we can go either way. But what we were trying to do is get 200 people with this enabled so that we could spread it around. We got $5,000 if it's only concentrated into like, I think this morning we had maybe, I don't know, 125, 145. I can't remember this morning. But if you know anyone who should go enable that print-on-demand license, let them know so that you can go buy their art.
We're going to do $5,000 every, maybe even more, every Magic Square session we do here.
Right.
We'll do another one later this week, probably this weekend, I think. Cool. And maybe we'll do even more. But yeah, I think I will make the codes expire in a couple days.
Yeah.
I want to encourage shopping here and not hoarding. So so we let's just say a couple days. So the codes that you're gonna get today will be expired by Friday. So
okay.
Yep.
So Lighty asked a question. She said, if I win, can I give away my coupon code?
Yeah, you can do that. It's not tied to you.
They're individual codes.
They're individual one-time use codes.
One-time use.
You can go put it on Twitter, but then the first person to use it gets it. That's it. After that, it's not usable anymore.
Right. Yeah. I mean, you can use it as your own little promotional giveaway or something. But if you don't receive an email, I would say check your spam folder or, junk mail folder. Make sure that you're looking in the email account that belongs to the email address you put in the form. Yeah.
So V says she's attempting to remember her studio thing. I think the easiest thing to do is to go into your common email addresses and search for studio, because there's going to be the code email that you would have received there. That could be one way to get to it fast. All right, we are very quick on this one here. We are almost at we are at 25.
Yeah.
Boom.
Lighty said she's going to sell it for $30. That would be even value.
For $30, then you can do it, but once we find out, then we will block it and you'll be in trouble. So,
oh dear, she's so creative. But yeah, Lighty, you can. I see what you're saying though. If she can't order something to be shipped to herself, that's tricky.
You would have to give it away.
You have to give
because
it away.
In fairness, that was a gift to you, and so you give it to someone else. All right, so there is our 25 additional winners. I'm trying to figure out who's missing here. Billy, because I'm showing one short here. And again, the fulfillment of the ones after the first 25, I'm going to do after the thing. Okay, I see that doll CRE is missing from here. That's why my count is off. But let me Mystique won again. Congratulations.
Nice, Mystique. I haven't won yet, so I'm trying. But
all right.
Nick, if I could share my screen one more time, I was going to help someone understand how they can search for who has print license enabled. I've got my window ready.
It's not added to.
I'll do it. Just a second. Okay, that's the one I was going to share. All right. So here I am. I'm in Xibit.app. That's the URL.
One second. You're not on the stream yet. So now you are.
Okay. Oh my gosh, my pink boots actually got through. I'm going to have to go hide those. Okay. So if you want to shop for people who have the print license enabled so that you know where you can spend your money, you can click these off. I'm going to leave hide nudity on for right now, just because we're live. And I'm going to go down to this section here, licenses. Open that up by hitting the hamburger menu here. And you can see by default, it just says digital collectible. I'm going to just hit print and uncheck digital collectible, and this will show me just only ones where print license is enabled. And you can go to pagination. You can set this to, like, let's say 100, and then see, we can select. Let's select people on page 2, and yeah, you'll be able to see all of these arts are set with a print license enabled. So let's just take a look here, and this is where you go through if you're wanting to buy a piece like this, you could choose products, and it's only showing display. So that's, oh no, I'm sorry, it's showing merchandise also here. So if we say merchandise, you'd be able to go through and see you see the art gets generated onto the mug. You'll see that the artist will receive $20 that's the artwork license they set for merchandise. And then with all the shipping.
Are you sharing something? Because all we are seeing is the search screen. We're not seeing any of the things matching your commentary.
I see what I did wrong. Okay. Well,
if you would share a window,
everything just opens a new tab.
Yeah, share a window, not a tab, and the problem will be solved. So stop sharing and then share the window.
Okay. Let me see if I can.
Meanwhile, just to let everyone know, Magic Squares is going and there are new winners. So keep an eye on the spreadsheet, witrouter.xyz/airdrop-winners, and you can see them. Come on.
Yeah, I don't know how I can select screen sharing. Share screen. I got a mess at my desk, so
That doesn't mean share your desktop screen. It means share the browser window.
Okay, so it's the Chrome tab. Oh, I see window. That's what I did wrong. All right, guys. We can all learn stuff here.
Okay.
All right, let's see if this works now. If I go like this.
You can see the stream also, right?
I can now, yeah. I had it all on one thing. Okay, look, this is working, guys.
Yeah.
All right, so just going through with this example, let's take a look at this piece of art. If I click on it, I'm able to see it mocked up in different ways. And I can see what the breakdown is as far as what the artwork license is. The merchandise fee, of course, that's what the actual product is that Gelato is selling, whether it's a mug, whether it's the printed canvas with a frame and all of that. And for right now, what Nick was explaining is that that's on a discounted price. The platform fee is 2% that goes towards the Vibe rev share. Shipping is a flat rate right now of $10. And so if someone was going to buy that, this would be the total price. The artist would get this much. And then you're off and running. So I hope that helps people understand what the situation is, where you can find art that's for sale as print. So I reset the filters here.
Yeah, I saw Mystique's questions about who are Iranian artists. That's what our search is for. Use a search, find print and who have enabled print licenses and who have Iran as their country of origin or country of domicile.
Right. Go over here. If I go to artists and I want to say residence, and I can go here and find.
You can just start typing I, and it's easier.
Yeah. It's.
Yeah, there we go.
And did I see it? Here. I'm just not reading fast enough here. Here we go. So if I go here and I want, so I have print set in this search field, and then residence or even nationality.
Yeah.
Oh, yes. And then.
And do ungroup, and then you'll see all the artworks. Individually.
Yeah. Then you'll see every artwork that the artist has put, filled in this field. Also, if you want to check in the nationality field, you could do that too. But yeah, so that's where you'd have several pages of art. Like if you set this to 25, you're going to have many, many pages of art if you chose to buy some art from an artist in Iran. So let's just see. There's a lot.
All right, just an FYI, for people who are winning right now, remember, you're not going to get your emails until after this session is over. Only the first 25% their promo codes, but it takes too long to get them out because they have to be generated. They are live codes on Stripe, so they have to be generated and all that, and it's too much time. So if you're winner 26 and over, don't expect to see an email right this instant. You won't see it. It'll come later in the day.
Cool. And I want to say thanks to Lighty and also Rehana, who are our Iranian ambassadors, and they've been working with the Persian-speaking community of artists to help them understand. And when you look at how many works have been activated with POD, I really appreciate that. And I know that that's all gone into, that's all based on them helping everyone understand what's going on. All right, let me stop sharing. Where is that button? Do I just click out of that window? Let's see.
No, I'll take you off the screen here.
Okay. All right. I hope that helped. Great. Looks like Russ was able to make things work. So happy to help explain things.
I'm missing one person. I'm trying to reconcile here. I think it's Life who's missing, which is ironic. Life is missing.
Oh, dear. Don't miss Life. If you're looking for your name on that form, you can also hit like Command F and put in the nickname that you gave yourself to see if, because now it's a really long list. You might miss it by just scanning visually.
And if you're there multiple times, then you're going to get multiple codes.
You get multiple codes. Then you get a whole set of coffee mugs with your art. They're going to each come one by one, though, right? Because we're not combining them yet. That's for advanced. Advanced
all right.
uses later.
So we've got 100 winners so far. All right.
Awesome.
This is great. This is fantastic. All right, let's check in on our form here and see how many people we have signed up. Wow, we've got 212 people signed up now. So we'll do the shuffle again and see if we can get these people, get the new folks also in, a chance to win. And here we go. I'm doing the shuffle now, and
some shuffling.
Let's see who we get. Are you ready?
Yeah, let's do it. I'm curious about if artists have paid close attention. Like if you're not enabling print on demand for all your art, only certain pieces, if like what went into making those decisions, or whether you're just like me, I just said, I'm going to just let the buyer decide. If they want to order it and order print on demand of my work, let's make it possible. Because you won't have to go back and do that later when we start adding more products to the catalog of what's available. You've enabled a license. This is another one of those like beautifully efficient things for artists. You just had to do that once. And then, when new catalog items are available, people can order that. And because you've set a flat rate for merchandise and then this like variable rate for size at this point, that just gets figured in, and you make those decisions once and you're off and selling. So.
Yeah, that is a good point. We will keep expanding the catalog, and it'll just work. One of the things that one of the features I want to add is to add a print license globally, where whenever you consign your artwork, or you already have artwork consigned, it looks at your global first and says, okay, do you want this? And it uses that. Of course, if you have a specific price and pricing for a specific artwork, it'll use that. But if not, it'll fall back to your global one. If your global one says no print for anything, then it won't do that. But that will be a great way if you have like 100 artworks. They'll instantly be available in the store. And it's great for buyers. They have more choice. It's a double-edged sword, though. More choice also means everything, and maybe not all the best artworks, right? And for buyers, we want to present the very best artworks we got.
Yeah. So there's a really good suggestion Lighty had. She said, maybe I can give my code to someone who's not on Vitruvio or Xibit just yet. That's a great way to introduce Xibit. I'm saying that's a great idea.
I'm saying there's a flawed logic in that question.
Okay.
Because the code is for a buyer. It is not necessary for them to ever be an artist.
Right. No, yeah.
Anybody.
In this case, you are an artist and a buyer. But yeah, if you know someone who's just a buyer, you could be like, hey, you can go shopping for new products. You just show them how to do the search filter so they're not frustrated by falling in love with an art that's not available to be licensed for print. Yeah, I'd say that's amazing.
Anyone. Yeah, feel free to gift, because we are trying to get more buyers to learn about our platform and all that. So if you can give your code to someone, maybe they'll buy more with a credit card, so that'd be great.
And Lighty, even at this point in time, if you give it to someone who lives outside of your country, and they could buy your art and have your art shipped to them. I mean, that's a potential. You'd be like, then you get the license and they get a mug.
They could buy your art and ship it to you, because there's nothing against. Yeah.
Right. I mean, that would be a separate shipping, though, right?
Yeah. They would have to do it.
Yeah. I was like, I'm momentarily confused. All right.
Photograph says Magic Squares has favorites. It doesn't. It's just standard JavaScript randomizer. There's nothing. All right. So we got 22 here. And 23. 24.
Jen, she's just got here. Don't worry, Jen, you can still join, I think. Let's see. We're getting close to the end, but we have at least another 2 boards, at least one more board. So
for orders, for any prior orders placed prior to today that we were unsuccessful in fulfilling, we are going to go ahead and send you a $50 coupon code so you can basically do things again. Sorry about that, but we are trying out things, and we did run into some hiccups early. But we're going to send all those folks a $50 coupon code, so you can go ahead and do this again right now. And none of the prior orders exceeded $50, so I think that's going to be
it should cover. Yeah, it'll cover what you spent, and it'll be a thank you for trying so early as we were still building things. And then you could use that code again. That's probably just a single use code that doesn't have change left over once you're done, I guess. I think that's the way the codes are now. But Jen, I wanted to quickly let you know, in yellow here, if you want to go and sign up with your email address into the join, to join for the next round of Magic Squares, you might be lucky and get on the board. The link for the form is up there. It's vtru.xyz/airdrop-join. Fill in that Google form as quickly as you can, and you'll be included with the possibilities of showing up on the next round. And that goes for anyone else who's just joined us late and hasn't already filled in that Google form. To give us what you're doing is you're giving us your email so that we can send you by email this coupon code. We're not going to publish your email. We want you to put in like a nickname, and that's what will show up on the board, and that's what shows up in the winner's form. So don't be nervous about sharing an email.
125 winners in. So we're going to do, let's just do 2 more boards. So we don't stop at 167. Let's just go 175. Which
all right.
175 times 30 is what? Someone do the math.
Wait, 175 times 30? 5,250.
There we go. So it's going to be $5,250 today.
So we're giving away more money. Cool. Okay, so I see Tanya. Yes, you're correct. The square format is not available for printing on posters or canvas prints right now. Right? It's only for the coffee
Yeah,
mug.
yeah. But give us by the end of the week, it should be
Yeah,
available.
a couple more days, a
There
few
should
more
be
days
more
that
products
will be
available.
available.
Yeah. All right. So now we're gonna reshuffle the board. We've got how many entrants now? We've got 230 entrants now.
So looks like Southern's going to go shopping later. Have fun shopping. And
All
yeah,
right.
just go in and use those filters, shop for whatever you want. And now that we have almost 200 artists with the print enabled, you'll have a lot to choose from.
Okay. And here is the new board. Good luck to all of you. Here we go.
Yeah, magic squares on a live TikTok would be great.
Hey, look at the first winner.
What? Oh my gosh, I finally won.
You finally won.
Cool. I'm going to go shopping. I'm not going to shop now, though. It's too much to think about. Yay.
The spreadsheet is updated about a second delayed. So
yeah. So like after me, we have Charlene B, Shane, Kafani, Sienna. Kafani is getting really lucky. I keep seeing that name showing up.
All right.
A few other times. That's awesome. Unless I'm just imagining it.
Gus has the idea to do magic squares on a live TikTok.
Yeah. We'll have to learn how to do that. I think that would be amazing.
We can do that. I would have to change the layout a little bit in order to accommodate that, but I think that can be arranged. It's a good idea.
Yeah.
Gus is a fountain of good.
Sunny. Sunny says congrats.
Gus, when is the next time you're in Mountain View, man? We gotta hang out and have some Ike's sandwich. It's a local specialty here in the Bay Area. Ike's. I think it's Bay Area.
Mm-hmm.
Amazing sandwiches.
Yeah.
Is it there in SoCal also?
I don't think so, but I used to live in San Francisco, so. So Gus says I'm here.
Oh well, then I'll ping you and we'll go grab a sandwich. It's good. Very Dutchy. Congratulations, Mary1536.
Do you have a favorite sandwich from Ike's?
I used to like the Steve Jobs, but I don't know that it's available everywhere.
Okay.
So I now they have a lot of vegetarian the meat substitute ones.
Uh-huh.
So they have one that's meatballs really, but vegetarian. So I get that one now.
Nice.
Lady Shad is going to be in Mountain View next week. That's great. I welcome you.
Dreams.
You know, when I get visitors from out of town, I have this pattern I follow with them. I go take them to lunch, and then I take them on a tour of Mountain View highlights. I take them to Google Visitor Center, which is amazing.
Yeah.
NASA Ames, which is here. Microsoft campus. Show some other tech giants and all of that, and then end up with a chai at Starbucks. And there's your tour. So tour guide there. I have it where I have the map and all that set up in the Tesla, and it's all self-driving, so I can really converse as we are doing that. You know,
that's awesome.
So if you are in Mountain View, let me know. I'll be happy to take you on the tour. And if you have more time, I'll take you on the extended tour, which includes going off to, for example, the Meta campus and all of, and the spaceship, Apple spaceship, Cupertino campus, and going to the visitor center there, because they got a really beautiful augmented reality experience there in the Apple visitor store. So yeah. And
last
the Google
time
visitor center's food is amazing. I love it. So
yeah, I've been to the it's not in the South Bay area, but or like Silicon Valley, but over in East Bay, I went to Pixar, and the Pixar campus is amazing. They have an amazing cafe too. But yeah, that's super fun because you walking around, you see all these like giant renditions of their animated characters.
That's so cool. on the Google campus, they have all the Androids. They have actual double
Nice.
life size. They're huge
Wow.
sculptures of every Android release. So there's so many of those. It's really fun. All right, 24 and 25. Zaro, congratulations. All right,
All right, Zara.
150. 150. Great.
Okay. So we got
And now it'll be the last 25 coming
okay.
up here.
Your chart only goes to
Expanding.
167 so far.
Yeah, I'll expand the sheet. So
Okay.
we go to 175. We're gonna pick a few extras. All right, let me go get that board set up again and see how many. We got a few more submitters here. So
Okay.
we'll go ahead and grab them, and we will do our shuffle. And
So I know, Nick, we don't like to have artists like have to quote unquote like shill or market their work or anything on social, but I was wondering if there's anything fun people could do if they wanted to like screenshot the thing that they're buying, or something
buyers
like
can do
that,
that.
to like, let's
Buyers
have
are
a
free.
party on
Buyers
social
are
and be
free to
like,
do that. Yeah.
what did you for? And yeah.
Honestly, I haven't talked about that yet because I would prefer that we wait until people start getting their shipped items.
Okay,
And
cool. Maybe they share the actual item and share a
that's
photo
what
of
I
that.
want. I want them
Yeah. Okay.
to promote that. That would be good.
Yeah. Okay.
Uh,
Cool.
yeah. So, because otherwise it's nothing yet. It's nothing.
Great. It's
The proof is in the item. The proof is in the
cool.
product.
And maybe if it's a mug, they could have chai in it or something. Or if they chose a poster or something, maybe they could show us like an unboxing or something. I don't know. I think it'd be fun to see all of these items, this $5,000 worth of merchandise getting shipped around the world.
Yeah.
Thanks, lady. She shared the mock-ups.
There are so many things we could do from a marketing perspective, but what holds us back right now is we are building, and we are also working on raising our seed round extension capital. So until then, we don't have capital for marketing, so we rely on community marketing. So whatever the community can do to help us would be great. I mean, everyone says, why don't you do this, why don't you do this, but then they never put a price tag on it. So the answer is always the same. Everything costs money. So we don't do it because it costs money. It's not like we didn't think about it. There are some people, I see some comments and I roll my eyes sometimes, like, really, you don't think we think about that? And of course my favorite comments are always the ones that just begin with just, and immediately I tune out, because as you know, just is a word that means whatever's going to follow is
judgment.
is a bad suggestion. Yeah. So
okay, so Laura has a question. It's a good question, Laura. I think these codes are single use. So even though like she might have won twice, she can't use that same code again. She needs to use one.
She will get two codes.
Two different codes. Yeah.
So,
but like Nick was saying, that second round will get sent after we're done with this live stream, because he did the first set to make sure that it was working and people were getting that. But from where he left off when we were live here, we're going to finish those right after.
Yeah. So 26 to 175.
Yeah.
I'll do after I take a small break. And yes.
Yes. So Laura, if you won more than once, or anyone else who did, if you didn't get two separate emails, you'll need to just use one code one time.
I see a few gelato orders coming in. That's great.
Cool.
I've been very impressed with their quality. I ordered a few things.
Yeah.
And more impressed than the quality, is their packaging. Their packaging was quite innovative.
Nice.
So I liked it. Very little waste. I don't know if that's going to be the case everywhere, because it's different. There's 100 different warehouses, So
yeah, I bet it's pretty similar across. I don't know. That's what I would do
Well,
if I was running it.
yes, but
Equal.
you have to adapt and based on local material availability laws.
Yeah, sure.
There's
Yeah.
whenever you have a physical presence somewhere, there's a lot of, you may want to do a lot of things, but you may not be able to do them because of restrictions. Here we go. Looks like Lighty's gonna have a coupon store.
Lady's so lucky.
Dream big.
Yeah.
Very good, folks. There's going to be ample opportunities. Like I said, we're going to do this again and again. I'm gonna I'm getting back into my Magic Squares groove here. I've been rusty, so we'll do this on Saturday again. Saturday or Sunday. What is Saturday? I just want to make sure I don't commit to something that I don't have time for. If I'm booked. Okay, looks like I'm not booked, so Saturday would be good. So we'll do this again, and I'll have wired up somehow the Stripe thing, so we can issue coupon codes on the fly, and that way I don't have to do fulfillment. 'Cause right now it's manual fulfillment, which
Yeah.
is not fun. And also, I want to maybe we split it up. Maybe we do it in two different times. One on a Saturday morning and one on a Sunday night, or maybe Saturday night fever. Saturday night and Sunday morning. That's what we do. So we split up 2,500, so we can get both hemispheres a chance.
Yeah.
And by then we'll have introduced some more products. And that reminds me, I'll now make the coupon codes expire in like 72 hours, because we need people to use them. We don't want people to sit on them. It's very important that you actually shop. That's the purpose of this. Otherwise, our flywheel is not going.
Right.
We need you. We are giving these so you can shop. We need the artists to make money.
Yes, we want the artists to make money. AJ is asking if they want to buy art that is more than the $30, it would just take $30 off of that. Please do it, but you'll have to pay the rest with a credit card or any other payment systems that are accepted by that interface. So it's like any other kind of digital purchase. If you have a promo code, it'll like knock that value off, and then you have to fill in the rest of it. But if your thing costs less than $30, this is really key point. And if you joined us later, maybe you didn't hear it, but that $30 code is only good for one purchase only. And if you don't spend up to $30, the rest of that balance is just goes away, goes back to us. So get as close to 30 without going over if you don't want to spend your own money towards this purchase. But if it doesn't cost up to $30, then you can just feel good that you're having an amazing piece of art coming your way, and you've supported an artist and gave them exactly what they had asked for the license price. And so that's good.
Yeah. Before I choose the last one, I want to answer this question. Okay. So we won't be emphasizing any back office tools for a bit now, because we just have very limited resources. What you're going to be able to do is go to Vitruvio Explorer for your vault, and you'll see the licenses there, because the licenses are on chain, and the provenance of those, you'll be able to see the who you won't be able to see who bought it, but you'll be able to see the total amount that you earned as an artist there. Now, obviously, that's temporary. We are in the process of raising capital, and hopefully we can get a bigger team, and then we can work on things. Obviously, more sales also will help, because a small portion of the revenue from these sales we use for operating expenses. So, all right, let's pick our last winner for today, and that is Xibit. Wow. Wow.
Wait, Xibit what?
It's someone with the username Xibit. I gotta go look this person up. Who is it?
Oh my goodness,
that is so cool.
What is that?
What a coincidence.
Nice. Yeah, I'm glad to hear. Old Jug said that it was really an easy, smooth process, and huge thanks and shout out to Garfield for getting this flywheel going. Yes, thank you so much to Garfield. This is this is possible because of his EARN program was kicking over some money to Xibit just for this purpose. So, yeah.
Yeah, this is HRV marketing. So thank you. Congrats, HRV marketing.
Yes.
I just want to make sure the winners were all tracked correctly. They were. So we have 175 winners, and that is that. So folks, there we have it. We have a live new print-on-demand feature. It's a small start. It's going to grow very, very fast. We are very, very excited for it. And as an artist, we hope that you are also excited by it, because it's a very unique feature. Digital collectibles was a great experiment. It's going to continue to have some staying power, but it's limited. It cannot scale. It cannot scale to support income for all of you. That's the reality of it. And if you think, oh, there's going to be a bull run and that'll change everything and all that, it's not going to. It is impossible to make every person in the world be an art collector, let alone a digital art collector. It's not going to happen. So our model is to constantly keep adding new licenses. Print is one, stream is another one, art cards is another one. We want you to take each piece of your artwork and monetize it over and over and over again every month for the rest of your life. Mm-hmm. That's how we're going to get sustainable income for artists. We want to get to the point where at the end of the month, you say, well, my whole income is from my art. That's what we want. That is the goal we are going for. So it's going to take a while, but we've built the infrastructure. We've built the licensing framework, the contracts, all of that. Now it's just a question of rinse, repeat, market, promote. And we are bringing some innovative marketing techniques also that haven't been tried in, I don't know how many years, decades, hundreds of years of art. No one has tried to change the model, focus only on making money. And that's what we are doing. So yes, I'm a proponent of the arts. I love the art. I love your artworks, etc. But I view it from the filter of how can I cause your artwork to make you money. That's it. So and we'll continue to emphasize that on our platform. So this is really exciting. So all the 150 winners, give me a chance to grab a bite. It's lunchtime here.
Yeah.
And when I'm back at my desk, I'll go ahead and send you guys your coupon codes, and you can have fun. And thank Garfield again. Yes. Thank Sabong Studios for that very generous injection of liquidity. It's very, very helpful at this point. All the artists are going to be paid in USDC, so they can take that money instantly and use it for whatever purposes they would like to. So we thank everyone for your support of Xibit and of Vitruvio, and just being with us. We feel that this is going to be an inflection point, and we're going to see many new artists join the platform. So we're excited about that. We welcome you. There's 662 people on the stream right now. So we welcome you. I'm sure a lot of you are new artists. We are here. We are ready for business. Xibit is an artist platform, artist first platform. We are community built. We are not a corporation. We are not looking to make a giant profit from this. We are looking to simply make it possible for artists to have a sustainable income. So join us. It's going to be it is already a fun ride. And thanks, Pam. I appreciate your support on this. And thanks everyone who showed up here, especially Gus, who has some great ideas. Gus, I'm going to look you up, and we're going to go grab a coffee or something. So this is great. Thanks. And we'll see you again on Saturday Night Fever, and then Sunday again. So we're going to do these sessions again. Until then, bye-bye. See ya.
It's great to see everybody. Congrats, everyone.